All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's time for some more Fire Emblem Fates, Lunatic Classic Revelation, where enemies have 100 crit and players have 0 strength and 0 magic. So I think, yeah. How are you all doing? Sorry, I haven't been very active lately. I've had some stuff on my mind. Also, kind of. I think I finally recovered from being sick, so that's nice, I guess. So yeah, I think today we're just gonna be playing some more Revelation. Just continue cracking at the chapters, and then eventually we'll get it done. Eventually we'll get it done. All right, let's open up the game. Oh shit, forgot to open up the game. Okay, there we go. See a lot of people making Among Us jokes. Classic, classic. So let's see. Let's go and grab some rewards. My castle has been left fallow for like since the last time we streamed.
Oh,
Anything good? Cupid bow? Useless. Nothing there. Nothing here.
hmm.
I think in theory, if you want more rewards, maybe you actually have to remove some buildings. So slots aren't occupied by people who just give you random my castle resources, right? I don't actually know how it works.
Yes.
Let's see if we get anything good. Nothing there. Lottery shop? Anything there?
Welcome, welcome.
Let's go Dusk Lottery. Give me a bronze. Nothing? Okay. Am I excited for 2026? Sure, I guess. I mean, it's just a day, right? Ooh. So I think let's after we finish all of this busy work, let's do a quick overview of what the team looks like because I personally have also kind of forgot a little. That's pretty important, I think, to remember our objectives.
Nice to see.
Bond. No, wrong one. I'm always afraid that the game will crash when I do this. My castle mechanic. What does it even do anyways? Like, is it when you get to 7 hearts you get a item?
Feel
I
like I
believe.
don't know.
I think at one point the script had Anthony kill Lilith. Who cares? Who cares? Okay, none of these characters are useful for supports. All right, let's see what we got here. If you can unlock an accessory, that makes sense. So Corn is a great knight. I think we're on track to being able to survive Anonkos' attacks with Corrin. Corrin's resistance is pretty bad though. Might need to throw some res tonics on him. What else? Felicia is growing up well. I think I recall there being some shenanigans I could try. I think if I go hero, I could get Axe Breaker, which could be useful potentially, right? Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, if I go hero, I don't lose that many stats, right? I lose like some speed. I lose some rank. I lose some avoid. But I could get Axe Breaker. If I get Axe Breaker, actually wait. So Axe Breaker could work. Bow Knight gives us Shuriken Breaker. I don't think Rev actually has that many ninjas, so it's probably not needed. Plus, you'll be fighting against weapon triangle disadvantage anyway. Probably don't want to dodge tank shurikens with the 11 sword. I'm tempted to go hero, just because we could also then like maybe pivot to bolt axe, which would be a little. Actually, it wouldn't because we lose our bonuses. Now that I think about it, let me look at the fates. What does the mercenary class not even give us? So mercenary gives us a stronger post. That's probably not good. Good fortune, 3 HP, but also useless because we'll probably die in one hit. The hero gives us axe breaker and so the only thing of any worth is axe breaker. I think axe breaker is probably worth going for, if only because being able to guarantee dodge axes would be good. You already have enough wood with berserkers. I think they get quite a bit stronger in the end game. And also, yeah, now that I think about it, I probably could defeat them with 11 sword shenanigans anyway. The main issue is that I can't dodge them with 11 sword, right? If I want to avoid them, I have to use a weapon that doesn't do damage, which is bad. So I can't really actually kill them on any phase. And that's the biggest problem, right? Hero has soul. Yeah, I mean, the issue is Felicia has either full HP or no HP. So I think, yeah. I think we can go hero. Fuck. Fucking Pokemon screech. Noises.
Well,
Felicia has low defense. Though she has life and death, so she's not surviving any attack that she gets hit with. Like, it's not debatable whether or not she'll live or die. She will die. Okay. We're still working on our Camilla, Kaze, and Baruka silo supports, but we're pretty close. We should be able to get them before like the actual like final chapters, right? I think we can save. Should we try to get life and death on Takumi? It's probably not possible, I believe. Because how are we gonna do that? I think we paired up Takumi with Kagero, right? We don't really have Samurai. I think Hinata is already dead, so we can't really do that pairing. Actually, wait, does Ryoma have an A+ support with Takumi? He does, okay, but we're not using Ryoma. Oh, whatever. Let's. Hinata's right there. Did I get him? Is he not dead? Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. He's not dead. I was thinking of the birthright run for some reason. I'm getting my runs mixed up. Hinata. The support rank is too distant to grind. What do you mean I'm not using Ryoma? He doesn't do any damage. So he's pretty bad in this run. Like this, it's a rare thing to say, but Ryoma is not worth using here, I think. All right, let's bring our characters and keeping in mind our support building priorities. So we have, how do we have Xander? I guess he's a bit tanky. Jacob. Who has Jacob support? Hinoka, Korn, Felicia, Rinka, Sakura, Hana, Silas. Okay, I don't think we can actually make Jacob into anything worthwhile anymore. So he'll just be here using stabs, I guess. Logging chapters only, no skirmishes. I haven't done any skirmishes yet, so I don't plan to do so now. Is Jacob going to declass a chowder? I don't think you can do that, right? I don't think you can declass. Hana, Moses. I don't think there's anyone really else that's worth bringing, right? All right, let's just go. This can't be too hard. It's just the red and blue map. So the gimmick here is that enemies will increase in class or decrease in class depending on which tiles they end their turn on. Ultimately, this doesn't really matter that much, I think, but I think it just makes them weaker, a little weaker, or a little stronger. I think what we can do here is we can probably just put Hinoka here as bait, like equip the guard Naginata, boost her res all the way, give her a pair up rally for her, and just stack defense buffs on her, and so she's invincible. Other than that, we should probably try to prioritize our support pairings. which should be pretty easy, I think, because like we have so much time on this map. It's not funny. It's a joke, but it's not haha funny. In this run, Argamir is really good. Completely disagree. If I have to use Argamir, I have to use a Berserker, and Berserkers don't do anything. It's like the picture of the of the guy walking on the gymnastics mat versus the guy doing all these sorts of tricks and all ending up in the exact same position. It doesn't do anything. The S rank melee is worthwhile here. I think it is possible for the water wield to be okay if I reclass Hanoka into Spearmaster. I think that might be worthwhile actually, because I don't think there are that many flying chapters. There aren't that many relevant flying chapters left. But it'll still be pretty difficult, frankly, to get Hanoka to the point where we can get all of that going. These guys are tough. Holy shit. Ew, got debuffed. I think I go here and I lunge these guys to savage blow them. A burrow is good? Not really, because we have to train her. And training any character that doesn't do like a crap ton of damage out of the box is a little questionable at best. So I think I keep just stance for Felicia here. I think I'm actually I'm worried that I might have I can't kill these guys. They're too tanky. They got like 20 defense. That's so much. I think my only solution is to try to Levin Sword. Levin Sword doesn't even kill. Holy shit. Ugh. I might need a reset already. This is dire. How the fuck am I not doing any damage? Holy shit. I should not have paired my guys up. Debuff them into the ground? I don't really think I can do that. Okay, I might be dead. I might be dead here. I'm just straight up dead. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Holy shit. All this work just to die to 4 unpromoted enemies. I mean, it's not an Ironman, so not exactly. Shit, man. I think I might actually just be dead here. I use Eternal Souls and Felicia. Nope, that's just what she normally is. She normally has a level 40 cap. Yeah, I think I'm dead. That's a reset. Oh no. Oh god. Dear god. Oh fuck. Okay, I get it. This is a reset. Okay, I said that this is gonna be easy. I think this might not be easy at all, just because of the quantity of enemies I need to fight. I think I don't have my poison strike set up yet. I'm like 3 or 4 chapters away from that. So this is gonna be really, really tough. Got some splitter weapons. You're right. I do have some of those. I need the axe splitter, right? Pike Rune Club. But I wasn't doing any damage with it. I also need to go from one range. The issue with the splitter weapons is that I need to actually kill the enemies, and if I can't, I will be murdered. It's a bit more difficult to use these things than you might think, especially because their hit rate is kind of ass too. But I probably could put it on Corn, because Corn is probably the only character thing that can actually survive anything. I think the other ones probably aren't worth using necessarily, because only the Pike Ruin Club actually has a lot of might. You replace someone with Silence, so I have another Azura Shelter bot. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I should maximize my shelter strats. I think, yeah, it's something I haven't really been actively thinking about because I haven't had enough slots to actually use this. And yeah, actually I could use Xander Jacob. I think my setup is probably good enough right now, right? We have Gunter and Xander for shelter, and beyond that, it's a little hard to actually have space. And Jacob, I could reclass Jacob into like a Cav, so you can try to get shelter. Getting a game over due to unpromoted enemies is a bad omen, bro. This entire run is a bad omen.
Careful.
It's not even like particularly. It's not even like a new occurrence. This is just cold hard fact. Oh wait, what am I thinking? These guys are using tomes. Can't I just tome breaker these guys? I've got 89 avoid. 114. Yeah, that should be okay, right? Rally. Tome Breaker's 43 luck, damn. Tome Breaker's probably better here, I think. I guess I nerfed myself a little by taking off Felicia off of Swordmaster, but it should be okay. So I think I do 28, 33 damage. So in theory, I should be able to tank these guys, right? I just need to have Corrin like adjacent or paired up. Where's Corrin? I think I don't even need to be paired up. I can just throw Felicia here. And that should be okay. I mean, if she dies, we're at the start of the map, so it's not really like a huge loss or anything. No Elise for her personal. No, I think it should be okay. We're not really banking on actually tanking the hit, because we can just use our rallies, right? You see like 7% hit. Like if we get hit by that, so be it, right? Like there are just some things you just like if you die, right? Okay, that's a lot more comfortable, I think. And now that we've actually done some damage, we can probably just kill these guys. Of course, we have to be a little sensitive about enemy positioning, but it should be okay. I think we can probably 11 sword this guy. Yeah, we're good, I think. Even with Felicia is not living through 66 damage. Yeah, Felicia is not gonna survive anything just because of life and death, or more like death and death in this case. I think we can probably get a kill here. There we go. It's important to prioritize our supports, and then once we get the supporters, we don't have to mess with them anymore. But until then, we really have to play considering it, because we don't often actually have like the leeway to freely get our supports, which is unfortunate. These guys are so fucking tanky. Okay, I hate this. I hate these guys. Like, I think they get demoted, but they're still at their caps, basically. So you can't actually hurt them, even if you want to. So I think the play here is Gunter lunges. Savage blow. And I think then we can probably Pike Ruin Club one of these guys. Very nice. Fusion Yumi carries. Fusion Yumi is okay. It's not exactly the a winning ticket here. I think Shining Bow is actually outperforms it most times. All right, I think we got it. We're in a good spot now. Baruka Bolt Axe. Okay. That should Savage blow this guy down to 1 HP, and then Siles can probably get the kill with his huh? She was doing 4. Oh, because I think it's Opportunist. I think Opportunist doesn't trigger on pair ups, right? Is that how it works, or do I need to be not countered by the active character? It's all a little confusing. So that's good enough. Fujimi carries your strength screwed Takumi all the time. Well, I mean, even if your Takumi is strength screwed, he's probably still got like 20 strength, right? I'm working with a whole different potato here. It does if the lead attacks out of range too. I see, that's how it works. Yeah, it's a bit rare for that to actually matter in a real situation, because people don't really use Baruka. So the edge cases are a little difficult to parse. That Troubadour become a unarmed Troubadour. Very nice. Nice. Actually, that means that's free XP, right? This guy can't hurt us. Right? So they just walk up and completely disarm themselves. That means we can just get free XP by hitting this guy. I mean, I say free XP, but actually getting the XP on the characters we want is a little difficult because we don't do any damage. Classic mistake. I think we debuff with Draconic Hex first, and then we just try to sneak in some XP. God damn it. There we go. There's something. So we attack once. Dance. Attack twice. Shelter. Transfer, switch, sing. Attack 3 times. And we got 3 3/3 of a support point from that. What a glorious victory. I think we actually do have to hurry a little, because if we don't hurry, we'll lose the treasure chests, which is bad because we do want money. But we can't really exactly go forward and take it, right? There's a mage moving up. That's bad. That's really concerning, actually. But I think Felicia can probably handle it, so we just need to back up a little. The issue is that if we're not careful, we can get pair up attacked. So I think we gotta have a partner here. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Sing here so we can get more speed. I guess we put Jacob adjacent and rally. That's probably good enough. It's probably like 14 hit or something. Oh, they demo immediately after ending turn. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't really thought too much about the deep mechanics of this map before, because it's kind of just a not really just a smash and bash kind of chapter. I mean, it is. There's no two ways about it. Do we have spy weapons? I think we do. I think Takumi has a spy as Yumi. Takumi does have a spy as Yumi. That's actually amazing. I can attack this mage without getting hit. think we don't have enough rank for a spy shuriken yet, so we actually do need to focus on getting enough dagger rank. That's actually pretty important to get enough dagger rank to spam our spies' weapons. Spies' weapons are available but very expensive. I think we have enough money to use them. The issue is just that I think like we actually aren't necessarily lacking for money. That's the thing. But it is still very valuable because it's the only resource we actually have to use. There's an armor scroll? Oh, that's good. That can skip some of the grind. Once I get Felicia to 35, or whatever level I need to get Axebreaker, I'm probably moving her off of Hero and back into Swordmaster, just because the extra avoid is quite nice. I guess I should. Let's pump some rank. A rank axes. I'm not really sure what that does for us, if it does anything at all. I think I can afford to just move up and get hit by these guys, right? Because I think they only change class at the end of turn. So this guy should not become a Swordmaster yet until he ends his turn. And that's actually good if he goes into Swordmaster at the end of turn, because they can get more XP out of him. I think that's how it works. I think they still have like, it's like they're either like a level 20 promoted or like a level 6 promoted. And I think their internal level is calculated like correctly. Because and Camilla still have S rank. I think no, everyone is still at A rank. I think they were just freshly A rank, so we're like maybe 1 or 2 chapters off. This is trouble. So on one hand, there's 3 guys here, and we are way out of position. Can we kill this one guy? Because if we can kill this one guy, we can just like stuff Corn here, and he should be okay if we equip a Guard Naginata. So I think maybe we just gang up on this guy and just take him down. Poison Strike. We lunge this guy. And then we just keep going, I think. Lunge. Just so we can move him into a better position to kill him. I say that, but I put myself in a bad situation. 11 sword should do it if I switch Felicia to 11 sword, I believe. Right? So if I switch Felicia to 11 sword, her damage goes up to 10. But he has Vantage, which actually does not kill me. So this should be worth doing. We lived through the crit somehow. He missed. Hey. Very good. Transfer, separate. And I think we just move everyone outside of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we should be able to safely move out of range with everyone. While Corn just tanks. He does 0. This guy does actually quite a bit, huh? 8 damage, maybe? 24? That's actually very survivable. I'll take it. I think we can afford to take 1 crit. I think this is a good spot to be in. And we just stay here, I think. maybe build up some shield gauge, and we should be okay. Very nice. And hopefully this blocks the archer attack. Very nice, very nice. Lovely. That's the best outcome. That's the best outcome I could have hoped for. Issue then is I still can't actually heal these guys, huh? So I think I still need to keep backing up. Well, I mean, there's just no way to do it except to run away like this, right? Whoa, Jujubian with a $100 super chat. Yo, it's been a while. Want to say thanks for your entertaining content. You graduated college this past summer. You remember my freshman years? Your streams brought me great joy. Cheers to you and best of luck going forward. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It's damn. I've been doing this for quite a long time, huh? A lot, like 4 years. Damn. Now that's a lot longer than I would have initially thought. I mean, yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Very much appreciated. I'm glad to hear that you find these streams and content entertaining. All right. Let's see where we go here. Okay, we can block this guy here. And I think once they demote, it should be easy pickings. But not as much XP. Actually, I don't even know if it's even that much less XP, because our characters are kind of, yeah. I think we should probably hold off on leveling some of our characters too, because we do need to leave enough levels to actually get stuff like Poison Strike and the other skills, right? I probably shouldn't be leveling Baruka very much right now. All right. XP actually does not change on road to enemies? Well, what's the point of the map then? Is it just that it's... Oh, man. Well, like, what's the point of the gimmick if, like, nothing... If they're just weak here? I mean, I guess the answer to that question is there's not really much point to the gimmick. They weren't thinking too hard when they made it. But, man, that's a little sad, right? Oh, shit. Oh. Ah! I forgot the advantage. Punished? Not quite, not quite. They just didn't know about my hidden tech. It's called being lucky. Core Violet Apothecary who got ignored by the person making the texture packs. I think that's my fault, actually. The reason why some of the sprites are a little gunked up when moving like that, because I made my own modification to the texture pack to remove a lot of the custom stuff and just make it made upscales of the. Because I think the actual texture pack has a lot of stuff I don't really want, which is like weapon icons that were custom and other custom things. So like the text boxes, which are very grainy, I made my own corrections to it to make it look more like the base game. But in doing so and trying to fix some things, I probably messed a lot of stuff up. Because there's also stuff like how you say, there were also some things that like I remember there were some crashes that were exclusively related to like Xander's sweat blush. That sprite, right? It's been a while since then, but there were some of the some of the textures resulted in a crash. Like I remember one was specifically being like one of Xander's sweat blushes from the from the from the My Castle interaction, right? It was one of those. It was one of those like those My Castle interaction things, and it was a little weird for obvious reasons. But after removing them, I got many less crashes. I think the other thing that kept causing crashes was the Kana sprites or something. Probably because there were many variations. So all of that had to go. Nice. Glad to see that the... I need to be sensitive about enemy ranges now. Okay, I think we should be good. Game cringed to death? I don't really think that's what happened. I think it's just, you know, there's some natural difficulties when working with, when making modifications to a decade-old game using deprecated emulation software. Well, it's not really deprecated, more like abandoned after the developers of Yuzu and Citra got shot in the head by Nintendo. That was a crazy thing that happened, huh? But I guess the whole situation behind these devs was a little crazy to begin with. All right, let's see what we got here. Master of Arms to the south. More of his enemies to the Shining Bow guy. Gotta be careful about that. Actually, Shining Bow doesn't count as magic, so we can't dodge it. So, and it will kill Hinoka. And we can't counter it. Wait a second. How the fuck do we deal with this? Shining Bow has no crit modifier. That is true, yeah. Citra was asking for it? Yeah, they were, like, selling games, like, pre-release. Right, bait to blue spot? Doesn't really reduce their stats by that much, and the issue with baiting is that we still can die. But I think it should be okay as long... Like, Shining Bow can't crit, right? Yeah, so if it can't crit, we should be okay. So if we have Corn Tank, it was a Zelda stuff, yeah, like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, one of those, right? If we go Guard Naginata, and we stack our res defense buffs, maybe? How much speed does this guy have? 24, okay, that should be okay then. Xander pair up for some defense and res. Adjacent. Rally. That should be okay then.
Oh.
You really do enjoy dumping your ROMs as opposed to downloading them online? Yeah, well. Okay. I was concerned for nothing. Turns out defense stacking goes a long way. We're on Yuzu and Citra the same team? Yeah, they were. Question is, how do I kill this guy? That's actually a kill. And he can't hit me. Oh, I guess because he got demoted, he doesn't have any damage now. So I think we can kill this guy, probably. So I think maybe the play is buff Felicia with Rally Magic. So Felicia can one-shot this guy down south. Then we dance, shelter. Felicia kills the other one. Takes no damage, and we get a Shining Ball. Very nice. Throw in the convoy. A chest key, throw it in the convoy. We transfer here. We transfer Azura, switch, dance. And we skedaddle. Very nice. Lovely turn. Was that a thief? No, just ninjas. Actually, these guys might be stealing the items, right? I think that's what they're there for. So, I think they escaped to the lower left, right? This area, or lower left, in the lower left areas. Or maybe this way, too. So, actually, I think I gotta hurry. Regrettably. So, I think I transfer... Corrin needs to move up. I think Corrin's the only one that really can take hits. So I think I go here. I switch to Corrin. I transfer away Azura. Switch dance. Put a buncher on Corrin, I guess. And then just move up. Staying out of range of the mages. That's and we just bait these guys. We don't have anything that can really avoid swords. So Swordbreaker is, I believe that's Spearmaster, right? Or one of those. Yeah. That's the armor scroll the ninjas are here to take. Wyvern Lord is Swordbreaker. Okay, that's way too distant to make it to be worth it. This guy does 37 damage. Does anyone else I have does anyone else I have even close to resisting that? Actually, Xander probably could. Now that I think about it, right? He gets doubled, so he probably dies. So let's not think about that. I think we could probably, as long as we intercept the ninjas somehow, we should be okay. You lost track of all the emulation forks. Yeah, I think there's like other branches now, but honestly, like I haven't been keeping up either. It's for me, I don't really keep up with the scene. They're just for tools I use to make my content. Granted, it's also because I have been, frankly, I've been a bit negligent with regards to keeping up with my content too lately. So it's a combination of those reasons. Wow, this guy does no damage. I can afford to take a crit. They're gonna cross the whole map for Orgrimmar? You mean this one over here? Or the one in the lower left? So I think we have plenty of time to intercept them. We can catch them as they move through the mage room. That's good to know. So I don't have to put my life at risk for 30 gold. I'm thinking of moving my streaming schedule a bit later in the day. Especially because so I feel like I should try to be a bit more spontaneous with my streams. Just because, well, I mean, it doesn't seem to actually affect viewership to set things up well in advance. Because I don't know. I really don't know how people interact with my content a lot of the time. Because I mean, I don't really watch YouTube streams either. Well, not either, but just generally, right? So I don't actually know how people interact with it. It's 11 p.m. already. Oh, I don't know where everyone is either. European fans started violently sobbing at the schedule. Well, I mean, it's also just a matter of when I can do it, right? If I stream the evening, that's more because that's like when I get off work, I guess, than anything else. There it is. There's a kill. And corn should be okay. I think it's also, I don't know. I found that I don't actually like watching things on Twitch anymore. Because I'm on YouTube most of the time. It's just to the point where I've actually kind of completely ran out of YouTube content for the most part because my relatively constrained list of YouTube channels I follow have all become less active. I guess I'm guilty of that too. I guess you could do a poll to see when people are active. I don't know. And I've come to not really trust polls. Mostly just because it's not worth anyone's time to fill out something like this. I think what I'm saying basically is I think I should just go more by vibes than overthinking things. Because most of the time, like, metrics aren't actually that important. Despite YouTube like putting them out there so prominently, right? And the reason they're not important is mostly because, you know, it's not that they're... It's most of the time, nothing you find in your YouTube creators page is ever actually actionable. Like, there's not really much you can actually do to change things based on feedback that you get from YouTube. People don't actually know what they want. Yeah, and it's also just because, I don't know, like, when I'm just thinking just for the average person who consumes YouTube content, they're not they're not active participants, right? I for one, I barely ever interact in the chat or any community aspect of any content creator I watch. So I assume that I assume that the median person also doesn't either. And probably correct to assume so. Shit. Okay, so I think, how the fuck do I get rid of these guys? I think as long as I block the maid here, we can get more creative with how we position our other guys. So I think I need to get a pair-up attack off of... If I can get a pair-up attack off of Felicia, we can kill this guy. The issue then is I put Felicia in like the worst possible spot to pair-up attack off of. So this maid has 29 attack, and so Xander can survive the maid attack. You personally use streams for background noise. I mean, that's the same here, right? I put on the stream when I play a game, or actually I can't really use it for background noise when I'm actually working, unfortunately. Mostly because I can't really listen to a stream and also edit a video. Not that I've been very diligent with that lately anyway, but that's the idea at least. So I think now I do a shelter. Where's Gunter? Ah, fuck. How do I get rid of this guy now? I think I just need to keep pair-up attacking off of Felicia. The issue is that this guy's Ragnarok, which is a death ray, a deadly laser. I don't think anyone I have can actually survive that attack, aside from maybe Hanoka. But Hanoka also does like no damage. Oh, I just realized I could shelter Felicia Okay, I think that's the play. I move someone else like up here just to do nothing. Then I go over here. I switch, I transfer Corrin away, and I shelter Felicia. And that way I can transfer, swap, attack with Felicia. And then that probably kills this guy. I don't actually, let me do the math then. Felicia does, with the silver sword, does 15, 30 damage. 30, 16, 16 is not really enough to kill, but with Camilla is probably enough, or maybe a strength pair up. So then the play is to okay, so I need to double transfer. So I transfer Felicia with Camilla. Let's just check the damage. Not enough. But then we leave like this, and then we have Baruka move over and transfer Felicia. Switch to Felicia, take advantage of a pair up attack of Camilla's bonus to get enough damage to kill the silver sword. Lovely. Why does nobody do damage? In case you didn't know, my characters have 0 strength and 0 magic. Fuck. Okay, now Azura's gonna get bopped. That's bad. Does anyone have no defense to survive that? I think Takumi does, actually. But he's not in range to block. Inspiration, Denshalom, defense pair up. I think we could. Mechanist gives defense. So Takumi can move up. And with weapon triangle advantage, he should be okay if he goes to this tile, I believe. Right? Because then yeah, that should be good enough. If I go over here and I swap to Takumi, and Takumi equips like so, Takumi takes 7 damage once, and he should survive that. Okay. We're not dumb. I mean, we are. I am. Who do you think you are? I am. But it's nothing bad happened, so it's okay. We can write that one off. What do you think the hardest chapter will be out of the ones left? It's got to be one of the elevator maps, because frankly, like, the issue with the difficulty of the elevator maps in base Revelation is not having enough power to survive the elevator, right? Because you can only fit so many characters inside the elevator. But now, like, it's just individual power of every character is reduced. I get even less to work with than normal. So I think there's that. I think basically every endgame Revelation chapter is gonna be really, really annoying to deal with. It's not really like none of them are convenient. Like, not a single one is convenient. I think we lunge. There are some that are more just like work chapters where strictly speaking, as long as I work hard on the map, I shouldn't have that much difficulty. But then there's some chapters that are just gonna be, like, the issue is not necessarily that, just that I need to like crawl through it and kind of take and do things like inch by inch. You know what I mean? And that gets difficult on its own because, like, I'm 3 hours in, then I mess up and put a zero in range of a maid and I die. Like, that's the risk of what's happening most of the time. Will the staircase chapter be okay because strategy is similar to another run? Do we have a staircase chapter here? Wait, I don't recall the Rev having a chapter like that. Yeah. So the ninjas are moving in, and these guys are probably going to be really difficult to deal with. Oh, they're going down. Shit. I did not intercept them. That's bad. Do I go left or down? I think I have to go up the staircase in red, but only in the cutscene. Okay, that makes sense. So I think by 10k go. It's only 5k. Wait. I think we should be okay though, as long as we. Let's get us 33. Let's get us 37. We should be okay. I think we have enough defense to deal with this. The general is going to be a big problem. I think we just have to move up like this. And then just kind of crawl behind. What we got here? Boots. Oh, that's nice. That's always good. I think it might be best to put them on Corrin right now because Corrin's positioning is probably the most important. Is that or Zero? I mean, boring choices, but can't exactly get. It's not, creativity is not often rewarded in a challenge like this. Sure, in the chest. Yo. Okay, so one's going to the right and one's going to the left. So the one that goes to the right and like grabs one of these and then leaves, right? So I think I move Jacob up here. I transfer away Baruka so Baruka can Savage Blow. Doing some damage, very nice. And then I think Felicia can probably move up and kill this guy. Okay, so I need to speed pair up. Where do I get speed? Probably Kagero? 29 speed is enough to beat 24. Okay, perfect. And that should let me double this guy, get a kill. I don't think the ninjas that steal things actually attack you, right? I mean, that's bad mostly because then I can't bait them. I might be able to do it, I think. I don't think they actually attack you, yeah. So... Oh wow, this guy doesn't do any damage to me. That's very surprising somehow. I guess Takumi does have a lot of defense now that I think about it. Alright, let's move up here, and we just move up as aggressive as we can, I think. I don't think they attack you. I certainly hope they don't, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Alright, let's lunge this guy so we can get better damage on him. And I think that should be a kill. Eventually. By somebody. I hope. Damn it. So I think as long as we get like a something here. Nobody have us doing anything. I think size will probably survive as an attack, so we can move up with Gunter over here. There we go. Down to 1 HP. And then we can get the kill. Watch all this, like, end with me getting killed by something. Okay, we should be okay. The ninja should ignore us. Okay. Alright, I think we could probably hunt down that guy by using Felicia. The question is, can we survive doing so? I think we can. So if I move up, kill this guy, dance, kill another guy? Do I have enough space to do it? I think I do. So the movement will be like this. I move up to attack this guy. You can finish him off with anyone else. Zero pairs up with anyone that can move close enough. Probably Hinoka. We dance. We try to go for this guy. Ah, fuck. I forgot these guys are strong. That's really bad, huh? These guys are really strong. It's fine, you'll dodge. It's not really... Not looking very likely there, huh? Yeah, I don't want to reset. But it looks like we're in a bad situation. You want to assume they'll skip Felicia and target the chest? This guy will. The other two won't. Which is the problem, unfortunately. So I think... These ninjas are scary as hell. Holy shit. I have another dance available if I really need it. So I could take away shelter transfer. I think the issue is I'm just stretched too far movement-wise to do this. To make the plays I want to play. I want to do. Can I get this to a one-shot somehow? If I bring over... If I bring over Sakura... That's 16-16, and then I swap or better pair up, maybe? Should have buffed before I went, but I think we should be okay. That should be fine. So I go over here, I switch... I rally... Wait. I switch. Baruka is a malignite, right? I guess +2 magic. So if I go here, I rally magic, switch transfer, get +2 from Baruka. That's +6 damage, which is 18 to 18. That's a kill. Perfect. Switch. Transfer. Rally. That gives me enough damage to kill this guy. I died to the counter though now. I played myself, it seems. Because I lost the shield gauge that I needed. These guys do 26 and 26 actually. So this actually is still survivable. As long as I move up someone that can block. So I think what I could do is I could transfer away Azura, transfer away Felicia, shelter Azura, transfer Dance for Xander to move Xander to block. And that should be okay. I think I'm dead. I think I back off here. I think I should be okay though. So the reason I'm okay is I can transfer. Okay. I can salvage this. Jacob goes here. Oops, I messed that one up, but it's okay. Xander goes here. Transfers Hanoka. And I messed up. That's a big oof. Is the Argumir taken? Blocked? But then Azura gets killed. Oof. Yeah, this was avoidable. So that thief goes there. This thief goes to a lower right, which is the armor score, right? So I think the main issue is that we didn't intercept the thieves over here. And now we're kind of dead. Well, lesson for next time. Well, so I think let me reevaluate something. So I think the other thief goes for a master seal. Okay, that one I can ignore, I think. Is there anyone else I can bring? Anyone else that has like high defense that doesn't die in one hit? There's no one, basically. Did I make it all the way to chapter 21? Yeah, the actual progress on the streams has greatly outpaced the videos. I've actually I started this like 6 months ago or something. I took a long break, which is why we haven't finished. Benny has 21 defense before promotion. Still not worth using him though. How is he gonna level up? He can't do any damage. Leveling up anyone that doesn't do damage is very difficult. So I think the routing, I need to move down immediately. I should probably ignore the left side until much later. All right. No two ways about it.
Be
Let's just send it.
careful.
Oh wait, I have a 3-range weapon, don't I? Can't I like do some cheese shenanigans? I probably could. It's just not worth it. Rally here, rally here. I'll get a magic pair up. So I think the play is to go down this time. The main reason we got defeated was because we had to rush. It's important to not rush, I think, but my greed overwhelms me. It's a lot of guys. I'm not sure why this many enemies came around this time, but it should be fine. I can probably handle it. Keywords probably, but it should be fine, I think. Ooh, a spies you me kill. Lovely. Don't get those too often. I think let's... So we have... I think quick draw also procs if you're initiating with the pair up, right? Didn't seem like it did, but I guess I'll take it. Alright, let's get rid of this one. Dance, use some magic. Okay, I think we've got a better system going now. Their savage blow. I think as long as we can pair up. Oh, Pike Rune Club gets rid of this guy. Very good. And then we can clean up pretty soon. The issue with using Benny right now is, again, like, how do you train him? Like, basically, everyone who doesn't do mega damage is already kind of useless half the time. Because they can't hurt anyone, and the issue, if you can't hurt anyone, you can't get XP. So, then, it's just a huge problem all around. I guess Camilla can actually tank a little if she needs to. Same with Takumi. But only against the weaker enemies. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, D-rank bows. That's not very useful. Messed up the little there. I want to unpair. That's okay. I'm gonna get hit by the maid. Camilla should live. Ugh. Clearly this calls for Azama. I don't think counter activates if you die. So I think that would have limited classic mode viability. I guess while I'm here, I should try to pump my weapon rank. I just realized Felicia can use Pike Rune Club too, right? That actually opens up more possibilities. Because that's a lot of damage. Right? Because it's basically a 21 might weapon. Remember that Thieves spawn turn 12? Okay, so you're not punished until you actually take forever. So that was just my bad there. playing way too slow. Yeah, I think actually Hero might be good just for extra weapon triangle coverage with Pike Ruin Club. Because that actually does a lot more damage than Silver Sword when I need it. Actually, then the issue is just actually still survivability, right? The only reason Korn can use it effectively is that he actually takes no damage from lances most of the time. I should try to exploit the walls more, I think. I need to rely more on like exploitive, grindy, degen strats, and less on fundamentals. Because in this fucked up world we live in, none of that really matters. Let's go over here and like equip Sunrise Katana or something. Huh? Oh fuck. 43. Do I live through that? Oh come on. Do I die to this? I don't even have enough space for Jacob there. I should put shelter on Trucorin probably. Get rid of Luna or something. Ah. Damn it. I need to have shelter on more characters. Replace Luna? Yeah, I think. No, wait. Korn doesn't have shelter. He doesn't have the Cav class line. Never mind. He doesn't even have Cav, so he doesn't have it because he got it through the Knight class line. The whole reason I'm using Knight is to try to face tank a non-coast and do 1 damage or hit until he dies, which I hope will work, but I don't. Doesn't look very. That's a problem for me in like a few months. So I think actually the play here is I put Felicia right over here. That way I can immediately snipe this guy with Love and Sword damage, while I move forward with my other characters. Why would I bookmark for reset? I mean, that's the fastest way to restart the chapter without like doing other menu shenanigans, I think. Well, that's actually pretty good, isn't it? I could rally here, put Korn adjacent, and then just start blasting. Dance. Pop, pop. Shelter. Transfer. Switch. Sing. Hey, hey. That's pretty good. Anomalous clothes have 59 physical attack. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Takumi needs poison strike so bad. Yeah, he should. I can make him into mechanist once he marries. Oh, nice! When you attack them, they move immediately. That's actually really good. That saves me a lot of trouble because then I can just keep doing these shenanigans. Actually, that means I can just kill this one with Levin Sword. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Are we gonna do a KMU game in the future? Possibly, but realistically, probably not. I think the idea has run its course. Also, like, I'm heavily limited by the content of the games I would want to do that with. Like, if the game is not suitable for it, I can't really do it, right? And of the games that are suitable for it, it's pretty much only Fates, I think. The issue with a lot of challenge runs is that some of them kind of degenerate into other challenge runs. Because the fundamental core aspects of what's needed to beat a run, like, they can be distilled down to their base components, right? And the degenerate form of a KMU run is a solo run, which is a little boring a lot of the time. This is the first live stream of this run you've seen. Genuinely shocked it's possible to go this far. It's not easy. It's not easy. And yeah, it is a struggle. It's actually pretty wait. When these guys devolve from Basara into Lancers, they actually lose their tome, so they become deadly to Felicia again. Yeah, this is bad. I'm losing a lot of time, I feel. They run away. Oh, they're running away to heal. Interesting. That's behavior I've not seen. I think a Thracia KMU would be funny if you changed the format. Death loss per chapter auction system.
Yes.
I don't know about that. I think the I mean, this is just me speaking, but I think overall, challenge runs are at their best when they are extremely simple and understandable at a glance. Something like this is, I think, understandable. The reason for that is, you know, just by the nature of content. If it's too complicated, like, why? What's even the point? I see like overly complicated challenge runs. I feel like are often done in a way that kind of sneakily hands off advantage to the player in a way that is not ethical. That's not the right word for it, but it's like I feel like a challenge run at its core, it must be done in a way where the player doesn't get anything to actually alleviate the pressures that they apply to themselves. Because the more vague it is, the more difficult it is for someone to actually piece together that it's not all that. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of challenge runs depend on having the like name appeal while actually not living up to the standards that they want to set. And my goal is to try to make the run as pure as possible by like making it unhackable as possible. You know what I mean? No, Samuel Gage is definitely up there. That one was a terror. I never want to do that one again. It was so stressful too because it was also an Ironman. It was fun to do it, but at the same time, like, oh my god, that was the worst run ever in terms of like, how do I do this, right? Like when like the plan like basically requires like dozens of hours of degenerate grind to like even have the starting conditions to win. It's not really something you want to repeat. I need to lunge this guy. Yeah. Because otherwise I don't have enough space to kill him. Like, I don't know, just maybe I'm being like a snob, but I feel like that's part of the point, right? I do want to make like these sorts of challenges distinctive in some way. The only way to do so, I think, is to try to adhere to some set of like arcane principles. And that's not really arcane or not understandable, but it's more just like the point is to suffer. Anything that alleviates suffering by being more complicated is not. Fuck. Forgot that it made us fizz damage. Damn it. Okay, anyway, back to suffering. I got distracted. The point of the run is to be a huge pain. And if like making things more complicated after the fact and modifying like what you were gonna do after the fact is a little bitch made, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna do an Ironman run and then you die and you don't reset, and then you keep calling it Ironman, what's the point, right? You didn't like adhere to your principles. You just lied. I guess like there's some case where yeah, it's acceptable to just give up. But I mean, come on, right? It's a video
Be
game.
careful.
Stick to what you advertised, right? That maid attacked as a cleric. No, I think the maid was on a red tile and then it attacked over here, and I think it transformed into a troubadour after the attack. That's how the mechanic works, I think. Wait, I think actually wait. Yeah, I'm gonna optimize this first turn. So I think the point here, the goal here is to. I think I could probably kill one of those guys immediately, and that should make my life a lot easier. There are a lot of challenges that jump through a loophole. That's not the spirit of the challenge, or use some equally degenerate strat. Yeah, I mean like, thing is that challenge the nature of a challenge run. Like if you want to make a nice video for YouTube, you don't actually need to do all the things that you don't actually need to do all of that, right? So I think, all right, let's go like this. Okay, so I think, so Jacob over here, I think we have Camilla adjacent. So this way we can boost. The idea is we can try to boost Felicia to 12 damage. And then we have two. We need to have 2 shelters set up, and that should be enough to actually get the kill.
Be careful.
Hinoka Jacob, yeah, I think that should be enough. If we go here with Hinoka, we go here with Camilla, we can boost our damage by like a few points. 13. We dance here. Get in our second attack. Then we shelter. Transfer. Switch. Sing. I think we needed to put Camilla in a different spot. No, actually, we can still do it. We moved Felicia away, and that frees up the spot. I messed up a little because now we lost the damage, but otherwise,
Yes.
there just isn't enough room to really do all this. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh well. I think we can still do it though. So I think we got to rally, so I lost the damage. So I think we can shelter. We transfer. Nah, it's lost. Oh well. Okay, Felicia can follow up and just get rid of this guy next turn. Perfect. Now I think we can probably get something done. We move up here. We shelter Azura. Transfer. Transfer, swap, sing. We buff. Put on some defenses. And then we can bait. Maybe putting Hanoka into Falcon Knight or something for rally speed won't be too bad. But it's probably not worth the trouble. The healer moving in is like a big problem. But actually, it's... Wait. The sword guy moved in last time. That's interesting. Things are a lot... We just have an easier setup this time, I think, to deal with. That's nice. We can Pike Rune Club this guy. And then we could probably dance again to get rid of the other one, which is good. We can debuff this guy, and oh, nice. That's very good. I'll take it. So I think the play is to clear this guy, block the door with Corrin, and kill this one. Oh, nice. Exact Spy Yumi kill. Lovely. Alright, and then... We have a shield gauge, right? So we can block the attack from... If we can one-shot this guy, we can block the attack from the Swordmaster. For example, if we attack like this and Savage Blow, and we do that again, I think Camilla survives an attack if she is paired up. So we can attack like this, take a bajillion damage, but the Savage Blow weakens this guy over here, letting us kill this guy with Felicia in one hit without triggering our shield gauge, allowing us to tank a blow from the Swordmaster so we can move much faster.
Yeah.
Corrin can one-shot this guy with a Pike Rune Club and block the door. Very important. The Troubadour can just sit there and just do nothing. That's good. Oh. Very nice. Probably it would have been better to keep the Levin Sword equipped, but that's okay. Why is that guy running away? Is he running to another healer? Oh, it's because he can't damage Corrin. Probably. That's actually fine, because you can probably intercept this guy with Felicia. Wait, this gets really tricky with this guy around. How do I debuff this guy safely? Can I do that? There's no room for it. Steel Shuriken doesn't drop speed, right? No, it doesn't. The only thing that drops speed right now that I have is Draconic Hex. So actually getting the damage to kill this guy is a little challenging. Attack, dance, attack? Maybe if I move Xander away, I could attack. And then actually, yeah, we got it. Attack. Dance, attack. Rally and just get out of the way, I think. Can we sneak a kill here? I don't think we have any magic damage that can pierce that guy's defense. Alright, that's good enough. Oh, okay. So he moved away because he couldn't damage Koran, so he was trying to take the long way around, which would take like 7 turns. But I guess that's how the AI works here. They don't intend to bunch up against a wall. Right. Let's pump our supports if we can. That's the kill, right? But that's probably not worth doing. More supports. Dance. More supports. Where's Kaze? So I think we transfer Kaze. We switch, we attack. Very nice. Kaze kill. This guy's got a katana equipped so we can't hurt him. Oh. Rally. Yeah, I think we should be set here. Okay, I think so it's turn 12, right? What does red and blue do on this map? Red turns enemies into promoted. Blue turns enemies into unpromoted. It's kind of a bit of a lame mechanic, honestly, because it doesn't really affect anything. Like, it just makes enemies weaker or stronger. But it also doesn't really provide significant incentive to not just like camp on the same tile over and over. Aside from like some small benefits of rewards. And I guess chasing those rewards did get me killed, so I guess that was the intention of that map. But this is the sort of thing that doesn't really get you more than once, you know what I mean? So I think a Coggerel pair up lets me double this guy. Then we could probably get the kill. Imagine it affected the player characters. That would be funny. But also not really in the spirit of games like this. Like, I don't know. Like, some games do really wild things. Like, I think there was... I think the final boss in Burrock Saga or Tearing Saga, one of those, they had an enemy boss that drains your XP and can de-level you. Which is like, it's funny. And because it's the final map, it's not like it really matters. But people get, I think that's the sort of thing that people get really worried about, right? I mean, it's the same reason why people care if their characters die on the final map. Even though, like, strictly speaking, you don't actually have to care about that. Because, I mean, you've beaten the game, I guess. Right? But I don't know. People play this game for different reasons, for sure. And one of those reasons is to see if their characters are alive, right? I mean, that's not necessarily my, as you all probably know, that's not necessarily my prerogative. I mean, it's not even that I actively seek out getting my characters killed. It's just that if it doesn't affect my game plan, it's okay. It's not like you lose access to the units if they die. You just level the final up and they're there. I think it's more like because it's for the supports, right? And the final dialogue. This guy didn't crit me? That's so some I think some of the flags are messed up. Maybe for this enemy specifically? That's really weird. Like all the other enemies were critting me, right? Gotta reset for this. Could the promotion, demotion stuff be messing up flags? I don't think so. I was getting killed by everything else. Maybe I just forgot to set this guy specifically. Oh well. It's not like I would have taken damage anyway. Probably need to go in and fix up the mod later to do some double checks on the later chapters. Because I set all these flags manually, so it's very possible that I missed a few. I think this happened mostly with the earlier chapters. I'll just equip the guard Naginata, and no one has to know. Was that me taking damage or me doing damage? 6? Wait. Let me look at the VOD. Okay, because I heard a normal damage sound, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he did 5 to me. Interesting. I need to go and fix that one up. I dealt damage to Luna. Okay, that was earlier, but he did 5 damage to me, but without critting. But these weapons shouldn't have crit ban. Let me look at the specific things in Parallel Editor. I think I'll make the modification now without exiting the map. This is chapter 21, I believe. $22? No. Yeah, it's 22. 21. Okay. Yeah, let me put the character up. Yeah, so okay. Let's see our flags. So force crit. Yeah, okay. I didn't flag it for the merchants. Let's flag that and we can fix it. I think there's only one merchant on the map. Maybe that's why I missed it. Okay. So that's mystery solved. I forgot to flag one enemy. So let's save it. Okay, now that's fixed, I think I can move forward with a clear conscience. Where the hell did I put my files? It's been so long since I touched any of this stuff. I forgot where I put my folders and stuff. Paragon editor, is that the one? No, that's where I put the file. Yeah, let me. So it's Paragon editor. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where to put my stuff. Okay, there's my save. Okay, I can make the edit right now. Bookmark. Stop. Look at mods. Okay, all fixed. Let's load it up and test to see if the merchant crits us. It should work. How much have I suffered today? Quite a bit, I think. So let's go over here and equip our like Levin sword. I think that's how we take damage. These are berserkers probably, so I think we can. We actually cannot bait these guys safely. They're really dangerous because they will probably just kill us. So let's go and take them out offensively next turn if we can. I think we should leave one, 7. We can leave a character over here so Corner can boost himself over if he needs to. But other than that, we should hurry to intercept the thieves. I mean, the ninjas that are thieves. The thieving ninjas, so to speak. Okay, let's make sure that we are crit again. There we go, all fixed. I think, yeah, all right. Now, I can probably just hang out here with the Guard Naginata with Korin, and that should actually be fine. Because Korin can survive the attacks. So I think we move up offensively to kill these guys ASAP. So I think we need a magic rally. We get this one. Then we can dance to get the other one. Actually, wait, I could do like a bunch of lunch shenanigans, can't I? Because there's no other enemies around here. I can get some free XP. Where did I get my chainmail? I got off Amazon. I mean the one in the sprite that has my me dressed up in a getup. I wouldn't call it an avatar because that's just me. There's me dressed up as like a guy.
Leave it.
Yeah, I'll just kill this guy. Why did Anankos make this house only hurt his own units? Maybe they were low level to begin with, and that's how he levels them up. He just forgot to turn. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these are just like map they had an interesting idea or an uninteresting idea and then went with it first. A lot of maps are kind of like that, where they have the idea first and then they make the map, and then they design the entire story around that map. Issue is that like it's if the map's not good, it's stupid, right? Ultimately, like that's the big problem with games that are designed like this is if the design is not there, you kind of just like is if the map's not all that, you just it just looks stupid at the end of the day. All right, the ninja should show up now, and then I can probably just get rid of them. Next turn, I can get rid of them. This is bad, actually. I think I need to move up with Korin so I don't get surrounded. And I just have to deal with the other enemies, like the ninjas, in whatever way I can. Because I can't deal with 6 enemies at once right now. It's so funny to see me seeing Gunter this late into Rev. Gunter's actually like a decent unit here. It's because he's so bad that he doesn't have anywhere else to go, right? Like he's bad enough that he can't get any worse. And so the challenges doesn't actually influence him that much. That's really funny. So I think the play, I can't attacking these guys safely is actually an absolute nightmare. Because they will kill you. They will murder you. They will kill you. But I don't think they attack you. Actually, let me investigate with Paragon Editor because I have it open anyway. I can see their flags. And if their flags like their AI is like thief only, don't steal, don't attack, then I could do some shenanigans. I think that's how they work. So the Master Ninjas, I believe. It's chapter 21, right? Interesting. I can't see it on the map here. They're not on the list? Oh, there they are. No, actually, wait. I think the AI flag is separate. The AI flag is separate from is dependent on the enemy, right? So these spawns are this guy. So their AI is treasure AI mission. Attack is no. Treasure to escape. So I think these guys never attack, actually. They always move. Their mission is treasure, and they never attack. I think that's how it works. Like, if we look at other guys, actually, the others have missions is no. But their attack is number 2. So they attack you when you're in range. But their mission, they don't have a mission. But these guys, like, they don't attack. Yeah, I think I accidentally moved one of those guys somewhere. Oops. Something like that, right? I think they don't attack. I'm gonna make a save state. I want to test this because dealing with these guys is actually like really hard. I think. Imagine like needing to save state to fight like 2 guys that loot chests. That's crazy. Imagine it's similar to Conquest 8 Lancers and similar. Possibly, yeah. That might be the case. But I think Okay, let's see what I can do first. I can't. So I think we rally magic. Okay, so we can't really hurt these guys. So we just have to depend on our damage from this position, I think. There's an archer over here, so we have to be a little careful. So I think we should move up a little. We go over here, and we equip a strong physical weapon. Like silver sword. Then we put Camilla over here, and we put Hinoko over here, and we put Jaco over here. Then we can attack with Takumi, and hopefully do some damage. This is so stupid. Oh, we got a crit. Let's go. And then we could dance. We can attack again. I know for a fact they don't attack you if they're not blocked off, but I don't know what they do if they are blocked off, which is why I might need to leave them like an escape route. Then I can attack again for a third time. Let's go! Felicia pair up crit. Lovely. Lovely. Mwah. Wait, I can actually hit this guy without getting killed. Might as well do it. Ruga's got a lot of defense, huh? 24. Okay, that's good enough, I think. We're not doing any damage here, unfortunately. Oh, we can Pike Ruin Club one guy. Wait, actually, Levin Sword, they can't hurt me now. Like, they actually probably can, now that I think about it, if they use their other weapons, but it should be okay. Corrin should be able to survive this. They're all like mega debuffed from Draconic Hex, so they can't really hurt me that much. All right. So they should do like... I'll take some damage. I guess they're too debuffed to hurt me, even if they wanted to with their other weapons. Nice. Unless someone running away. I think they're running away to heal, which is good. Okay, so now that I've established that this works, I can just keep doing it, right? Actually, wait. It's even simpler now because there is a helpless archer, so I can launch savage blow attacks off of the archer. And then kill him with AoE damage. So I think I move up like this, rally, 21 damage, move up Hinoka nearby, and that's a kill. And then the other guy should be able to be defeated pretty similarly. Probably just with the physical attack. We're 2 damage off. Bring in the Jacob. That's a kill. Perfect. I can't wait to actually get my proper setup going, so I don't have to do all this bullshit just to kill one enemy. Okay, now that we've actually done that, I think we can actually relax. I don't think there's any other reinforcements of this map, right? FE Fates Chapter 21 Rev. So the reinforcements are turn 12 Master Ninjas. Those are the only ones that open chests. The rest I can probably handle as they come. So it's Turtle Gaming now. We're turtling in one of the rooms forever. because we don't need to rush. I think the only thing that can kill us is if we need to rush and for some reason. So we should avoid doing that. Okay. All right. So I think we should try to get back to Corrin. I think getting cut off from Corrin is not great. I think these are the only thing that forces a hurry on this map. Yeah, I think as long as get rid of them, that's yeah. Draconic hexes are truly a skill designed for this challenge. Yeah, it really helps a lot because I think it's the only way to really get reliable debuffs on a tanky character. Your alternatives are using a ninja and they die really fast, right? Debuffs are like really important, I think, to the run as a whole. The problem is that how do I kill these guys now? Like you're just gonna take forever, isn't it? Maybe I have to move them out. Then I could slice them across the wall with a Spies Yumi. Maybe that's the play. Oh fuck. That's bad. I'm getting sandwiched. Pack Ruin Club this guy? Yo, let's go. Lucky Luna. You wonder what child characters can make good use of Draconic Hex in regular gameplay? If you're thinking of Kana, the answer is probably not Kana, because Kana's defense isn't very good. And it's hard to actually customize Kana's stats, because she doesn't like inherit the Boonbane that other characters could benefit from. So it's surprisingly not that like simple of a question, and there's not an easy answer to that. So I think I could. So with a Tiger Spirit, these guys have 109. So I think if I have a Silver Sword, I never take any damage. I think there's only 2 of them, so I should err on the side of caution and not actually risk any chance of being hit. How's the chapter going so far? That's going pretty good. We failed once because we got killed trying to hunt the treasure. But now I think things have stabilized a little. We tried again, and we managed to kill the thieves. Spies Yumi is coming in it's pretty clutch to have the Spies Yumi in play. Man, I really need all my buffs just to do any damage to these guys, huh? There's no 2 ways about it. These guys are a menace. Especially since they're like promoted here. I think if I rally, if I attack from here, it's 10-10. The question is, do I actually fight these guys or do I run away? And I think I probably should run away. I could probably kill this Swordmaster, and there might be enough room for me to actually evacuate all my characters here, which would be better than actually trying to fight these guys, I think. Because I'm really questioning my ability to actually kill these guys in one round right now. Actually, no. I could Savage Blow, debuff, and then Felicia can probably kill both of them, right? Because if I debuff with a Flame Shuriken or Sizable Star, Sizable Star actually could be really good here because I get +4 strength. And then I could I can do 12-12 with Silver Sword. No, actually, that only works temporarily because I will eat up the silver. The debuff will actually, a debuff from Silver Sword will eat my own stats. So that actually doesn't work necessarily. But it could be enough to like get just a bit more damage. Getting Camilla positioned well is going to be a little difficult. Same with Jacob. So I think maybe I could lunge like this. No, I can't. How do I lunge properly in a way that actually gets me benefit? So if I lunge like this, the issue is I can't. If I lunge the top character, I die. If I lunge the bottom character, positioning for the bonus is going to be really awkward. I have to walk around. Maybe that's worth it. Wait, I have a second lunge. I can make it work. So I lunge this guy, savage blow them, and get debuff. That's fine. I can hit this guy with Sizel Star to debuff him and also give Felicia +4 strength. It might get canceled out by Felicia's penalty. I guess not yet. Okay, so she didn't have a penalty yet. I haven't used a Silver Sword yet. So Silver Sword is 13-13. It's probably best used on this guy. 12-12. So I can attack with a 11 sword, maybe. I need to move this guy away. Okay, if I 11 sword this guy, 2 crits and then another crit. Maybe I attack him over here. 5 damage? Maybe from down here. No, I think even more damage from that position. If I lunge like this, is that good? No, if I lunge like that, I don't actually get my damage bonus. So I think I lunge from over here, and I take how much damage is crits? 33 damage. I die. I need a bit more damage reduction from somewhere. But over here it's even worse, probably because I don't have Jacob. I need to also debuff this guy too, which is trouble. Sakura defense buff. I should move up Sakura over here just to rally. Maybe from over here. That way, very nice. Baruka can attack over here and not die from her crit. And then we get another Savage Blow in. Perfect. And then we should be able to get the killing blow on this guy in like 1 hit. Or 2. And then this guy over here shouldn't be that bad to deal with either. Oh, nice. We can actually just kill this guy with Takumi. I'll take it. And then this guy has a tome, so we can just kill him, right? Because he can't hurt us. We can even feed the kill to someone if we really want to. It's actually more difficult than I thought. Let's just ice him. Whew. Okay, that was a very clean turn. Could have been better, but we did the objective, and that's all that all we needed. Okay, I cannot wait to have my my build set up so I can do more than 3 damage a hit. Jeez. Corrin will get there eventually. In the meantime, this knight can probably be killed by Felicia. Easy. I guess we might as well try to pump up some weapon rank. Whew. The shit I had to put up with just to kill 2 Basara. 3 Berserkers, that's fine. Berserkers are probably the easiest class for me to kill because they have like low magic res. It's low enough that Felicia could probably one round them. So I think maybe the play here is try to bait some attacks from over the wall. And then kill them with Spies Yumi. Right? I think that's the play. We can't really... it's better for us to use as exploitive mechanics as possible instead of actually engaging with the game. Like, that's what they put the Spies Yumi in the game for, you see. I see a 3-range weapon. Everything is a nail. That's the hammer. The metaphorical hammer. The actual hammer is pretty bad in this game. I wouldn't use it. So these guys have, actually, I could Dragon Vein, can't I? That flips the boss room into weak guys. They don't transform yet? Oh, I guess it's only if they end turn, like as an action. It doesn't do it automatically. Interesting. So I think if I put Corrin here, I should be able to bait some attacks. I'm a little worried because pair-ups from this guy could be deadly. But I think we'll be fine. So we'll just have those guys over here, and then we'll have Felicia over here, and the other... We need to have our 3-range set up close by. Is Lobster kill? Lobster is benched. His ass isn't doing any damage in this run. Oh, they're running at me. That's actually probably really bad, huh? In this case, I might be fucked. It's a lot of damage, though. So I think we have... So we have 610. We need to buff Takumi a bit more. But it's doable. I can make it work. Oh, yo, let's go. Crit. Who up spying the Yumi? Let's go. Let's fucking go. The Berserkers are moving in. That's bad. Master Ninja's moving in. That's really bad. Everyone else is piling in. Okay, so I think now I gotta retreat. This is not tenable. I gotta run the fuck away. I can't fight all these guys, right? That is too many guys. I baited too many of them. Axe Breaker can't come soon enough. You know what they say, discretion is the better part of valor. Rage baited too hard. What's the most rage bait Fire Emblem thing you could possibly say? The issue, like, in my opinion, is that it's a little hard to actually rage bait Fire Emblem because a lot of things that people could consider rage bait are dangerously close to what people's actual opinions are. So then you're not really baiting anyone. You're just like, you're just somewhat close to what other people actually think. I think we can probably get rid of this guy with Levin Sword. I think maybe we can. Okay, here's the play. We boost up Corrin. Corrin whacks this guy for like no damage. That's okay because that debuffs this guy into Oblivion. And then Felicia can move in for the kill. It's not enough. Okay. Takumi dumps Jacob's ass over here so he can apply his inspiration buff. So that way I can switch attack Levin Sword. Boost Azura all the way up here to switch Dance and Levin Sword again for the kill. You can't think of a rage bait opinion on 3 houses that someone hasn't said unironically before. Yeah, I think Fire Emblem Rage Bait may as well not exist. Just because every actual opinion that everyone's ever had is said pretty earnestly. Like, people like... I think it's also just that, like... If you're... The 3 houses discourse has, like, hardened everyone's hearts. If you're still, like... if you're still arguing about Edelgard in the year 2025... Gotta get better material. That's weak sauce. Makalov is a good person. The issue is, like, people don't care about Makalov. Who gives a shit about that, like, that crappy pink-cheered Cav? Right? There's too many characters, and I think it's probably because there's so many Fire Emblem characters that most people generally don't care about most of them. Right? I guess most rage bait for media most that wait a second. Give me a second. I got to take care of this first. Okay, I think we're okay. Most rage bait media, right, is mostly about popular series for which there are a limited cast and for which there are things that really can be debated. The issue with the game is, like, you see this mostly in, like, media and, like, power scaling, and it's mostly the intrusion of other communities, in my opinion, that don't really have, like, stakes in the original media. Like, the closest thing I can think to rage bait is like the death battle thing, like, that they did it with, like, Dimitri and Guts. But, like, I think every Fire Emblem fan is, like, thinking, oh yeah, like, Dimitri's he's dead. He's got, like, 70 HP. What's he gonna do, right? And then he won somehow. Like, no one was even, like... I think everyone who even cared was just kind of confused. I don't think... Like, people don't, like, appreciate Fire Emblem characters for their power, right? They appreciate them for the rom-com, like, mashing dolls together sort of thing. The issue is Tellius is too expensive for there to be mass appeal rage bait. Yeah, maybe. Can I kill these guys? I can kill this one, this one, this one. You worry in what new ways Fortune's Weave will inflict brain rot. I don't know. I think like the stuff isn't popular enough to really trigger like. I think it's mostly that like the people who actually. I think rage bait is mostly in like started by tourists, right? People who don't really have a stake in the original media, and they're just there to fight. I don't think there's enough tourists in the Fire Emblem community to really start like the Waffle House fights, right? That people like hope for and envision. I think I could probably wall these guys off, right? Where's your agenda emblem? We can only hope. All right, so I think we should be able to wall these guys off. My worry is that I won't be able to wall them off because they'll walk around. But I think that should be okay. I can do some 3-range shenanigans here, actually. 11 stood over here. Rally, I guess. Camilla over here. We're forming up our. Okay, let's go. Spies Yumi, 15 damage. Let's power up the cannon.
Oh.
Your favorite rage bait is saying that you hate Alchrist? Yeah, but the issue is like I don't care. That stirs no anger in me because I don't care if you hate Alchrist. Like generally, like there's not really any character that you could slander that would make me really lash out. Granted, that's mostly because like I'm probably in a rare percentage of Fire Emblem players that really doesn't like. I don't really care about like the characters in the way that a lot of people do. Maybe like the only actual rage baiters are like the people who are doing like the game wars, right? Like we're like 3 houses versus engage. That's probably like the biggest example of rage bait. Like you don't have to like listen to people, you know. All right, let's do a bit of damage here. Yeah, the whole like power scaling community, quote unquote, is I wouldn't say they're media illiterate, but I think they are like intentionally ignorant of it to further agendas, so to speak. Yes. Nice. Good damage, good damage. I don't know, like, what's the best way to describe it? It's not like they can't read. It's like they intentionally don't read because they think it's funnier that way, or more advantageous tactically. I think it's just that like Fire Emblem isn't popular enough to like have agendas. I'm really worried that the sniper is gonna kill me. Fuck. Okay. Damn it. Oh, I have a save state though, don't I? I'm gonna load from that. Snipers are. I'm not. I'm not gonna reload from the start there. Those sniper. Those snipers do way too much damage. It's probably because of quick. I think it's because. Yeah. Probably, why did I delete this thing? I think Fortune's is going to go back to three houses stuff, like tutoring. I don't know. I can't really judge how good or bad the system will be unless I see it. I will admit that I do have some concerns. Just because like the structure and the numbers seem a little different from what I would hope. But what can you do, right? Oh hey, that's pretty lucky. Double Luna. All right, let's back into the mines. All right, let's go put Felicia here. Rally. Hanoka goes here. Jacob goes here. Rally. I just realized I put Felicia in the wrong spot. Oops. I guess we're sheltering. I guess we're resetting. Because I fucked up that turn so bad, actually. It's actually embarrassing. Personally, I see in three Fortune's Weave having like a crap ton of abilities. I don't really like that. I don't really don't like multi-tile units or and attacks. I think it kind of takes away a lot of the simplicity that Fire Emblem is. I wouldn't say known for, but like it's what it works best with. There's too many. If there's too many fiddly bits, I think it's a problem. All right, this should work. Yeah, that's the same seed as last time. Very good. I'll take it. Ooh. You want to be opposed to more monastery stuff? I think it could be interesting. It just needs to be like heavily streamlined and more. The menu needs to be better, I think. Oh, I think I have a brilliant plan. I make him walk this way. Got him. Right? If I open up this path, he'll be forced to walk this path instead of going through the down, through the downwards area. That way, I can funnel him, the ninja, into more deadly areas of attack. Very good, very good. Wait, I don't take any damage from this guy. I could have just, like, whacked him, couldn't I? I could just, like... I could have just attacked him with fucking Takumi, of all people? I'm surprised that Takumi is so tanky. I mean, probably not anymore, but, no, he still is. Wow. Damn, that 20 HP really... that 20 defense really goes pretty far. This archer can just be killed, I think. And Xander can probably kill this guy. Not quite, but I think Corn can slide back and do some damage or debuffs, which makes it possible. Very good. I don't really think like the Somnio is like worse or better than the Monastery, because I mean busy work is busy work, but at the same time, right? It's not really that much needed for it.
This worked.
All right, we got something going now. I think it's pretty important that I do not trigger the bottom area, because doing that means you get killed. I think I just like wall off here and I pick them off as they come in. I was too adventurous last time. I need to play more boring. Well, that's a Shining Bull adventurer. Interesting. Why is Kagero unpromoted? Not enough Master Shields gold to go around. Partially, but also because once I get Kagero and Takumi to S support, I'm dropping Kagero. The only reason she's there is to give Takumi replicate, basically. Once I get the child characters, they're really gonna fill out my roster. They don't have space for anyone else, right? Because like, each child character is plus one character. That's minus one any other character that I could bring. It sounds obvious, but like, if you want to use child characters, you really have to thin the rest of your roster. I guess arguably it could be better to have her promoted just to like use her as a like +5 speed parrot bot, but that's not really been necessary so far. My characters are usually fast enough. Usually, I mean. Kind of did like the base camp in Three Hopes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but like people in Fire Emblem YouTubers, quote unquote, generally were completely uninterested in Three Hopes because it's not a strategy game. The more life sim elements that go in, the less interesting things there are for me. And frankly, I think people who watch Fire Emblem YouTube aren't doing it for the life sim bits. If you want to do that, you can watch any. There's like, it'd probably be better to watch something without commentary at all. You'd probably be watching one of those like full movie, no cuts, all cutscenes, no full cutscenes playthrough, no commentary things, right? You just be watching the cutscenes if you wanted those interactions. If you want to watch like a person playing the game, there's gotta be more game. Especially if you want the content to be stretched out farther beyond its launch window, right? Like maybe there's a market for it, but I'm not the one who can tap. I'm not the kind of person who can tap it. Like I have nothing to say about, I don't know, the relationship dynamics between character X and character Y, right? Because I didn't read the supports and I don't care about it. I mean, you meant just playing yourself? That's fair, yeah. fuck? Oh, sorry, my YouTube thing crashed. My chat window crashed. I was using too much memory. I think I should keep this guy trapped just so I can. Actually, no, I don't have time for this. There's 2 Basara moving in. These guys need to go. I don't know, like most of the content I've made about story on for Fire Emblem is mostly mockery. I think. So I'm not exactly prepared to like give things like the proper glazing that people might want. I'm just not built for it. You just don't understand and care more about a game's story than the gameplay. I mean, some games are just gameplay, and some games are just story. And also, keep in mind, most people don't interact with the game for like 1,000 hours, like unlike freaks like me, right? They play the game, they watch the game for 8 hours, they get their licks in, they leave, right? And that's basically like it's a big movie, right? That's what people are looking for in those circumstances. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like Fire Emblem sits in an uncomfortable intersection of those 2 situations where there's like hardcore gameplay heads, and also, you know, this like what's the right way to put this? Like power scaling son, shipping daughter sort of thing. That's the kind of circumstance we find ourselves in. Being if you're a fan of a game that kind of crosses genres like that, there's like wider spread because more people like enjoy some aspects, but discussion is like very balkanized. Because like, you know, like even inside like the territories of people who like the gameplay, I think everyone carves out their own niche in a way. So as like the actual like interaction between quote unquote communities is pretty minimal, honestly. People make their own set of challenge that they adhere to, and there's no overlap between that and someone else's pet challenge. And it's mostly, I think it's mostly because of competition, right? People carve out their own competitive niche and try to excel in it, and there's no reason to dive into someone else's pond when they're not the big fish. That's my perspective on it. It's partially why like I see other people's notions of challenges, and it doesn't vibe with me, right? Why should I do the thing they want to do when I can do the thing I want to do, right? Fates of the Good Story might have been the best FA game. I think Fire Emblem story structure has some inherent weaknesses just because of how it's delivered, right? No matter what, like a Fire Emblem story is gonna be forced to be structured in certain ways that kind of limit its capabilities as a story. Because, like, for instance, like, it's very hard for a Fire Emblem story to actually deliver story, like, inside of a gameplay moment. That's the issue. And also, like, because... And if you want to make the gameplay good, right? You cannot shove a 25-minute story segment inside a map because people are gonna forget what happened, one, or forget what they were doing and then die, which is worse, right? Fire Emblem story segments must come before and after gameplay, and gameplay lasts 1 to 2 hours. Inherently, that structure is limiting to any way a story can be told, and it's in a way that's heavily disadvantageous to how the game is structured. Doesn't FF Tactics do it though? I think FF Tactics maps are like significantly shorter than a Fire Emblem map. All right. So we have some weak. Yeah, Fire Emblem it's made to like the maps last a long time. At least for the harder maps, basically. Like the maps are too long to really like stuff lengthy story segments in between them. Like no matter what, like you cannot have a 5-minute cutscene inside of a Fire Emblem map. It's not doable because it ruins the map. And that like is the major, and like each map also is often has to be significantly different, right? It's gotta be map cutscene, map cutscene, map cutscene. And maybe there's like a bit of dialogue inside the map, but it's just inherently there's weaknesses. And like that kind of like, again, limit things, right? For an open world game, you can have like multiple contiguous segments in the same setting, interspersed with story moments, and there's no problem. But in a Fire Emblem game, like you can't really have multiple maps set in the same place because that gets really boring. You have to mix up the story elements with the map elements, like in a way like that's like broken down cleanly, so it's difficult, I think. That's my thought, at least. It really depends a lot on how the maps are made, which is also its own like whole thing, right? The other thing is the cast size is way too big. You can't write a story about 30 people. It's not doable. Isn't like it's, and I think the presence of non-central characters kind of angers people, even like when in passive ways, right? Like there's people pissed off that like characters like Shura or Reina don't have full supports, right? But I think like them even being in the game is kind of like a miracle to begin with. Like if the characters have to feel like complete, or there's some like resentment, which is a problem because the resources required to make a character complete have only increased or like over time. So it's like just it comes to a point where it's like sure, like economically not feasible to do so, which is funny but also kind of sad. Like there are some like design realities that force Fire Emblem to be like the way it is, which kind of basically the other problem is that other games that have good stories are basically a movie and the gameplay doesn't matter, right? Something has to give. There are very few games that have very good stories and very good gameplay. And I think it mostly comes down to structure. When you're limited by the structure, there's only so much you can do. and also buy like resources too, right? Just like 3 houses is like a heavily resource constrained game. They had to reuse a lot of maps, which was bad for a lot of reasons. But like people can like ignore that for the sake of the story, but you can't ignore that for the sake of the gameplay. I think Devil Survivor 1 and 2 hit that sweet spot between tactics, gameplay, and story. Devil Survivor is actually like an amazing game. I love that game. I play a lot of 1, I play a lot of 2. I think I didn't really play the remakes though. All right. But again, like some of the issue with like stories is like they end. And once they end, there's nothing to talk about. Like actually having discussion about a game story is very ephemeral. And after a while, the only people that are left are like the really annoying people that are kind of obsessed with it. And so it's like a complete lost cause. And you just gotta leave. Devil's Forever has an entirely different scope. You can work around killing the entire cast. Devil's Forever also only has like 12 characters, right? It doesn't have like 70. So, like, by definition, they can concentrate more resources on the ones that matter. Like naturally, like by definition, like every Fire Emblem game or whatever is gonna have like some actual characters, and everyone else is like a faceless goon. All right, let's bait some guys. Let's rage bait. I mean, the main strength of SMT and other similar games is that they make people argue about politics. And that's why Three Houses was powerful, is because it let people argue about politics like as in the proxy of a video game. That's the real reason why the discourse lasted so long. It wasn't actually because people were arguing about the characters. They were arguing about Christianity. And other related topics. That's not a joke. I'm genuinely sure that's like why the discourse was interesting to a lot of people for so long. It's because it was just like a proxy for other debate. Nothing wrong about it? No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like that's why. And that's why it's hard to recapture that, because I think it's like the nature of it is like gotten like a little tiring after a while. I think also a lot of Three Houses is like this debate was also because of like the intentional misinformation and conflicting information in the media that makes people who've seen different bits of it argue. Right? So as a result, I think that's, I don't know, it's one contributing factor. I wouldn't say it's the only thing that's going on. So I think we can probably Silver Sword all these guys. Let me put a strength pair up here. That's good enough. This is a little dangerous, actually. I don't like this. So I can shelter, swap, dance, attack this one. Okay, I think here's the play. I shelter here. I used the wrong action. Fuck. Guess I separate. I do a pair of attack here, I think. I pair up attack to kill this one. I shelter... I need to watch out for this guy mostly. I shelter Kaze. Baruka transfers Azura. Switch Sing. Takumi gives strength pair up. Felicia kills. Shit, my penalty saps my strength, even with a pair up. Damn it. Silver Sword's backfiring. Can I get some more damage from somewhere? If Jacob goes here, then he gets killed. Cargo Press of Jacob. That's brilliant. Cargo Press of Jacob, he gets one move and can move to a safer tile. That gives me +2 damage that I can use to kill this guy. Thanks for the save. Lovely. Haha, let's go. Very nice. Okay, anyway, I was talking about, like, religion or something. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's... Shiny Bow can't crit. Actually, Shiny Bow probably wouldn't even have killed me anyway. It doesn't crit. Well, yeah, it's there's many factors behind the quote-unquote 3 houses discourse. I think people were already tired of it and called out these exact things I'm talking about, like, 7 days in. It's not, like, even, like, creative opinion. I sort of, like, I considered making a video or even, like, just doing some research into it, but all the conclusions I had about the origins of 3 houses discourse were fundamentally mundane. There's nothing special about the 3 houses discourse, unfortunately, in a way that would be, like, actually interesting to people, I think. It's not even, like, that fun to talk about, I feel. I don't know, just, like, whenever I see people arguing about Edelgard, it's also like, oh, the church, like, is the church good? And then people inevitably chime in with, oh, I think the church is good because real church good or real church bad, right? So it's, but, you know, it's a little, it's things bleed together. What do I think about Mystery Dungeon? I don't think I've really played Mystery Dungeon games very much. The counter is guys counter for one range of Shining Bow. That's what the Shining Bow does. It's 1/2 range. So that's normal. I mean, I think, like, Mystery Dungeon games are basically like roguelite lights, I think, right? So I think just the thing is, Fire Emblem is not Fire Emblem unless you're having, like, 12 to 16 dudes. Yeah, that's the fundamental part about Fire Emblem, I think. There's not that many games where you manage 12 dudes. Like, that's the... I think of the things that make Fire Emblem, it's having 12 dudes that all move around on the tile-based grid, and you move them all individually. If it's less than that, it's like an XCOM. If it's more than that, they don't make games like that. If it's more than that, it's like a paradox game probably. But you move them in batches. They're not individuals. Fire Emblem is like on the upper end of having like the maximum amount of like controllable units. With the original XCOM, you control 14 dudes. That's fair, but like, but there has to be persistence across maps in a way that isn't, and the people have to be unique and not procedurally generated. But we're splitting hairs after a certain point. Like it's not just about there being 12 dudes. It's like you pick 12 dudes out of 70 dudes. That's like Fire Emblem. It's important that there's this other 70 dudes that you don't use, but you only use 12 of them. Because the combinatorics of how you pick which of the 70 dudes you pick is Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is a game about picking the 12 dudes out of 70 dudes. That's so core to the experience that like you if it's not that, you don't have a Fire Emblem game. I guess it's more like 12 out of 40 in most cases, though. 70 is pretty rare to have like as a number. We need the bad news to make the good news fun. Yeah. Everyone makes everyone loves making their Scrimble, Bimble the strongest in the nation, right? Fire Emblem getting 53 out of 70 dudes killed. That's a unique perspective. But that's also, yeah, very, very true. Very true. I think Fire Emblem is at its best when you're like, I don't know. The issue just like Fire Emblem has the demand for fidelity has gotten too high, and it's gone in a way that has harmed its gameplay mechanics. Just like another example is something that really bugs me all the time when I play the new Fire Emblem games, the more recent ones that have released, is that the map sprites. Why do they use the 3D models? They're so unreadable. You cannot tell at a glance what any of those fuckers are. There's no information you can glean from the 3D model most of the time. Nothing's wrong with Zolkov. Yeah, you don't know if he's moved or not, right? Yeah. The sprites, like, if the sprites, you know who they are, you know what weapon they have most of the time. It's like genuinely like a very good indicator of information. And it's concentrated, right? Whereas if you like see like a fuck-ass 3D model with a square in the corner, it's not nearly as the information density isn't there. Make small chibi sprites the character faces. I just want map sprites back, man. I understand that they made 3D models and it was really expensive to make them, but I don't want those on the map. That's my like Fire Emblem boomer take, I guess. He's like, 3D models are great for everything else, just not the map sprites, just not the icons that go on the map. It's not even like a nostalgia thing. I just genuinely think it just looks better, and also it's more readable. It's objectively better in every way. Aside from the fact that they already made the 3D models and they want to, I guess it's better for mass appeal, I guess. But when have I don't really care about other people's opinions on this matter. Because like, they have the 2D sprites. They have them. They can make them. It's probably pretty cheap to make them too. Because they already make them for like all the other things. For the other icons, right? They just don't use them. Fortune's League has portraits for characters on the map. That's worse, I think. I think that's actually worse because for one, like, it doesn't actually like. It just adds noise. You're looking at 3 different things instead of one thing. You're looking at their entire resume and their CV. You have the picture, the icon, and the map spread that is largely unreadable most of the time. When like a sprite combines all those things into one elegant package. Like they have a system for it. It's not that hard. They just don't want to use it. I guess it's just mainly just because like how their design pipelines work. I understand the technical demands behind it, right? It just makes me sad. It's probably never going back to the way like we would have for Fates. But I wish it would. Is there a readability issue for the older games? Yeah, often like readability is always a huge problem with games like this. And there's not really an easy way around it, but I think Fire Emblem was like the only one that even gets close to making it okay. Sprites on maps and 3D models for battles will make it better? Yes, it would. But they're never gonna do it. Never gonna do it. Imagine trying to do this challenge in 3 houses. I think for 3 houses, there are more ways to bypass certain mechanics. You can also just like infinite dodge tank, can't you? Like there are multiple ways to become literally invincible, so it's not really as much of a challenge. Like if you get all the avoid in the world, it doesn't matter. Like this challenge is easily beatable. There's also many other ways that could be interesting to like bypass not having any strength. Like I think there's like that there's that like steel axe weapon art that breaks the steel axe and like does all the remaining durability as damage, right? That's probably one way to get past this. I can imagine ways to do the challenge, right? You can abuse flowers. I think for the nature of this challenge, you would have to like not have stat boosters. Because like there's no point in having a challenge then like getting a way to get out of it, right? The point is to like suffer doing no damage to the entire challenge. And the only reason it's interesting here is because you can have skill interactions and weapon interactions that heavily like kind of put you roughly on par with like having nothing at like just barely having enough. But it's mostly a testament to Fire Emblem Fates' interesting skill system than anything else. Alright, let's Dragon Evade here. I think we need to debuff those ninjas. The issue, like, is that if there are... The issue mainly for me for doing that kind of challenge is that I don't have a Switch emulator. And I really like the hurdle of setting one up and setting up the modding tools is such a pain. Because I do all the modding stuff myself. And it just takes forever. And motivation is hard to come by in current year. Alright. Let's keep pumping those support points. That's the only thing that matters here. And also, I guess the shuriken rank, so we can use spy shuriken. That's pretty important too.
Leave it.
It'd be kind of funny if like Gunter the boss had 0 strength and 0 magic, but that would probably be against the spirit of the run. I don't think he inherits any stats or things that you give him, so that'd be cheating. So we have 4 ninjas here. I think the play is to try to bait them over the left wall, I think. Right? I just let them attack Korin. I should separate everyone to get my actions back. If they go over this way, I should be able to stop them from... Yeah, I could probably snipe this guy with, like, Takumi. They got less defense than res? Interesting. Why is this guy have defense buffed? Oh, he has defense cap. I see. That's what it means. Okay. So I think I could probably try to block this guy. Probably. Like, just move corner over here. Maybe we get a pair up on him. And I think we can probably just kill this guy with Takumi, I think. That's enough damage. Very nice. Chapter 26 without one turning is going to be something. Oh yeah, I'm really not looking forward to that. What happened to the Echoes run? I got bored, so I stopped doing it. I think also I had like another crazy idea that I was drumming up at the time. What was it? Was it Birthright 0 strength, I think? Basically, like, I did Echoes as like a bridge between other series I was planning, and eventually once I started doing Birthright, I just stopped doing Echoes. You Deserve This still hasn't beaten Echoes award? Yeah, I actually haven't beaten Echoes yet, now that I think about it. You got as far as the Necro Dragon map. And then I got bored and quit. That's the first time I did it. I think on stream, like I was doing like some like weird bullshit where like I made everyone into mages and calves in the wrong routes. And I guess that kind of hampered my enjoyment a little, but I mean, even my first run, I made everyone into archers, but that was bad because I didn't have enough bows for everyone. Need to act 4 on stream. Okay. The issue with Echoes crosses arms, you know, it's not really many ways to play it, and the maps really suck. So I wasn't exactly enthused. Hey, Amanda started watching recently. Love your humor. Thank you, very much appreciated. I guess it depends on like, no, it doesn't really depend, but I feel like I've gotten through several phases of humor on my channel, so I'm not exactly sure which one you're talking about. I do a lot of stuff. I think a lot of the older stuff I don't really do anymore. Mostly because I've gotten a little tired of the shtick, right? Like, I don't know, you gotta evolve. Is there any way to patch through the gameplay for Echoes? Good luck. Don't bother. echoes? Polish up gameplay? Are you kidding me? Boat chapter? Yo! 5th pirate raid. The gripping chapter. That chapter has grip. That's probably not the right way to say it, huh? Ever seen that? Reinforced? There's fucking reinforced on this map? Damn it. I gotta look up the chapter. So there's reinforcements that spawn in once you enter the furthest southwest room. There's also sorcerers from the main room. Actually, they're just maids, so they're not that strong. I think I can probably handle them. Ever seen the Echoes remake that adds in the creators' OCs? You mean the Fire Emblem Cypher DLC? No, this Cypher is cool. I really like Fire Emblem Cypher. I wish I had more reason to play it, but it's I played with friends for a bit, but I just it's a lot of time investment for something that I don't think most people actually care about. The issue with Cypher is also I found it very difficult to actually make it look good in a video. I think everyone everyone in the plays it. The fuck? What? Why did they transform? What the fuck? The room is not blue. Why did they transform? Wait, why is the room not blue? Isn't every room red or blue? Did I delete some sprites on accident? No, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be not red or blue. Why did they devolve into their into a prehistoric maid? What the fuck? What the fuck am I looking at? What's going on? Why is this happening? That's not right. Jeez. Like I didn't modify anything in that area. This is fucked up. I don't know what to say. You think the map itself is done? Oh god. Very possible, very possible. Yeah, why did that happen? That doesn't make any sense. That's not supposed to happen. They shouldn't transform into troubadours in that room. Maybe it's because I used a dragon vein? I don't know. Is this a bug that people have seen before? Because this is the first time I've ever seen this happen. Granted, I've played this map like 3 times in my entire life, so I really wouldn't know if it's a common bug. That's really weird. Dragon's a good guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just so confused. Origami here. I'm not using it. Okay, so I think the play is to I don't think do the generals move immediately, or do they? I think the sorcerers spawn the moment you actually go into the middle room, right? So I think the play is to go upwards and bait them across the wall, and then try to hit them with three-range weapons. That way they transform into their demoted forms immediately. Man, this sometimes like bugs just happen. Like no one ever records them. This reminds me of the time I was playing like Shadow Dragon, and Marth like became stationary on the fort for some reason, and then the game got soft locked, and I don't know what happened. I've never been able to like replicate that. I don't think anyone else has either. I think the game wasn't even modded or anything. That like it's like freaky, right? Maybe some cosmic ray struck my computer and like and flipped a bit or something. These enemies are gonna have some terrifying combats in the end game. We're already there. They're already kind of really hard to beat most of the time. It's gonna unfortunately get to the point where my defense won't be able to stop it anymore, which is probably like when I die. Like if Thorin can't resist the crits, we're in big trouble because I don't have anyone else that can take hits. You just watched that clip recently and everyone lost their ability to move. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's like the sort of thing that like a 7-year-old kid tells his friends at the playground. Yeah, so I moved my character onto the floor, and then suddenly everyone stopped moving. And then like some Five Nights at Freddy's or something. I don't know. Some it's some like urban legend bullshit kind of thing. All right, let's set up for our 3-range kill. Let's move size over here. Get everything set up. Why are the snipers so scary? Why are they always so scary? I hate them. I hate them so much. Rally? 2 and 9. Okay, so we can put Felicia like adjacent here. No, I think we need to move Saizo away. So we attack with Felicia. Then we dance for Takumi. We attack again. We shelter Azura. We transfer. Switch. Dance. Attack again. And we finish off with Levinzor. Perfect. Now the other guy's an apothecary, so he got weakened, so he's not going to hurt us, I think, as much. But we should heal just in case. And then, yeah, we're good. We can't do that again next turn. Can't kidnap Valites? Yeah, it's a shame. Because, like, it's kind of lame that they lock out the mechanic entirely. But I guess it also makes sense because, honestly, like, come on, like, you already have 70 characters to work with. Do you really need more? Alright, we can get another dance out of this. Fates is like one of the most interesting Fire Emblem games just because you can lots of the actions are pretty complicated and require a lot of clicks. That's like the main metric for interestingness, I think. Number of clicks. Alright. Okay, so now we can get some. We can try to finish our. We can try to get more rank and supports. All right. So the boss doesn't move, right? No, the boss moves. So we need getting the treasure is gonna be a pain. All right, let's get rid of this guy somehow. Weapon rank, actual damage to kill. I love the music, but if there's one track you would have to cut, it'll be Land Below. Is it this one? Is this Lands Below? I don't actually. I don't. It's. There's too many tracks. I don't really. I use all of them in my videos every now and again, but I always find it hard to put like names to them. It's a good trap that plays too much in Rev. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So I think we can probably do it now. So the play is to rush the chests, kill the boss, right? Ooh. All right, let's see what we got here. I think you have to enter the room to make the things spawn, right? I say that, but then it's probably going to spawn the moment I enter this room, which will be a little unfortunate, but what can you do? But they're just mages, so I think Felicia can probably handle them pretty cleanly. Shouldn't be an issue, but it could be, so watch out. All right. Nope. We're good. So I think we just line up. Try to set up a kill, I think. We can probably do that with Felicia. I think we got enough support points. Probably. The next map is like the tree map, right? That should be pretty relatively straightforward, I think. I think this might trigger the reinforcements, but oh well. All right, let's see what we got here. We don't have reinforcements. Okay. I think I can just kill this guy, right? 29, 22. He's got a freeze attack. If he hits, he freezes somebody. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. So I think I opened this chest. Barb shuriken, that's useless. Then I might as well do some damage while I'm here. Oh hey, 0 damage Luna, lovely. Let's get in some 11 sword damage. And then we can, I think we move Sizel here and then dance for Sizel to get the other chest. I think that's arm scroll, right? Master Seal. Okay. Useless. And then I could shelter Felicia. That's the wrong character. That's really bad, actually. No, wait. I can transfer away Felicia and do more damage, actually. That works. That's the play. There we go. GG. Cynical hypothesis is that plot lines like this exist to fill a chapter quota. I think it's more that they plot lines like this are made to fill around a map that they made. I think the way they did Rev is that they probably just made all the maps and then they try to stitch a story around it. Because they wanted like Rev to be like the gimmicky chapter, right?
So sorry. No. Huh?
It's not really the chapter quota, I guess. Like, I think they didn't have enough story to tell across these chapters. I don't even think that's not even like a conspiracy theory. That might just be true. All right, GG. We beat chapter 21. That was that took way too long. I hate how every chapter here takes like 7 hours. But what can you do? There's not really any way to do it quickly. Love the staff. What does that do? That's like 3 uses? 1 use. 1 to 5 range. Oh, it's a 1 to 5. It's a 7. It's a 1 to 5. It's a fortify staff. That's pretty good. A little useless though, because my characters go from 0 to 100 pretty fast. 100 to 0 rather. But yeah, good. That's good. Felicia Takumi for some reason. Interesting. I think we might need 1 or 2 more. 1 or 2 more chapters before we can get our supports working.
Nice to see you.
I'm just gonna support points where we can, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, wait, there's more? Oh, nice. I did get a support point out of that. Alright, cool. That's probably about it then. I think we've been streaming for 3 hours-ish. Yeah, 3.5? Damn, that chapter took a lot longer than I thought. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, next map is the forest map, I think. We can take a look. See what it looks like. Ah, this is gonna suck. This is really gonna suck, man. These guys are so strong. I feel like this might be the chapter where I duck out to do paralogs for a while, so I can make all the kids. Not really not looking forward to this one. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time I stream, which might be, could be around New Year's maybe. Depends on when I have the appetite for it. I think I might just do more streams with like less lead time. It just seems like people just show up when like from the notification, I guess, right? I don't think that many people were actually like looking at the schedule or anything. I don't know how it works. But yeah, see you guys next time. Hopefully I'll have some more videos in between now and then. And yeah, good night everyone. See ya. Bye. There's a schedule? Not really. Not anymore. If I schedule it in advance, that's the idea, I guess. I don't know. I need to fix this thing. For some reason, like the chat browser I use has this like ugly sign into chat thing at the bottom now, so I need to probably manually fix it for every stream asset.